Another weird week, New Year edition. 2025 was a year that ended the same way it began, with an angry old man trying to blame immigrants for the problems mostly being caused by billionaires. They promised to make things cheaper and stop drugs from killing Americans. Then they levied tariffs, pardoned drug lords, and stopped funding Narcan. Pam Bondi accidentally posted about Biden reducing overdose deaths, and the president accidentally revealed covert CIA operations. The FBI, which I guess is now being directed by a YouTube shock jock, discovered several buildings that wouldn't let a random stranger inside to film people's children, thereby proving they were guilty of fraud. And that accidentally reminded us of the billions in fraud they both perpetrated and pardoned. My condolences if you did order one of the president's cell phones or invested in his crypto. The dictionary.com word of the year was 6-7, which is too many bankruptcies for a man to call himself good at business. The Dems word of the year, affordability. GOP's word for the year, look over there. In a nod to Homer Simpson, the DOJ tried to shift focus from that infamous naughty list with ballrooms, bombings, fake awards, now back to immigrants. The American people just want to know what the Epstein class is working so hard to hide, including why his DOJ was tracking a reporter who investigated his good friend Jeffrey. It's why voters are redacting their support almost as fast as the DOJ is redacting his name from those files. At least bury it in a holiday dump like they did with Jack Smith's testimony of his crimes. They got caught lying to courts and were forced to pull troops out of Chicago, Portland, and LA. And while Americans now have to bootleg 60-minute segments, we also found out this DOJ committed the actual crimes in the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case. We discovered E. coli contamination by folks getting sick from tainted beef, because they replace FDA inspectors with Americans' digestive systems. We learned the president understands aspirin about as well as RFK understands Tylenol, and I'm beginning to think that measles outbreak might just be to create something that has a lower approval rating than the president. Gave a Russian propagandist a work visa into the country, still asked Putin for permission to speak to Zelensky, and he can't seem to say Russia any less than 3 times, like he's trying to conjure him or something. The dude sells pardons like he works at a mall kiosk, and he treats social media like he lives in his parents' basement. Weeks after his callous rant about Rob Reiner, old Princess Bride was at it again, vandalizing the Kennedy family's grief the same way he did their Performing Arts Center. Speaking of loss, as a fan of The Wire, I have to give a shout out to the late Isaiah Whitlock Jr. for his famous line that helps us articulate what these guys are actually full of. Have a good weekend. Stay ornery.